it would be hotter. What caused that? And then there's the right kind of energy. Before that, though, I'd like to say the right amount of energy. You know that most stars give off energy that's not consistent. In other words, if you had an average energy from a star, most of the time it gives off about 10% energy. Then it explodes to 150,000 times the average. What would happen if our sun exploded to 150,000 times the average? We'd fry in seconds. And how is it that our sun gives a consistent amount of energy? They can't explain that. And then it's the right kind of energy. Now, I don't know how many of you have had physics, but there are wavelengths of energy. Most of the energy that comes off of the sun is what's called in the visible or near visible spectrum. Have you ever studied the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet? Most of your light comes in that range with some ultraviolet rays and some infrared rays. So most of it's in that range. But you know, other stars, they don't give off energy in that range. They give off gamma rays and X-rays. If our sun gave off the energy of other stars at the same time, we would be radiating to death in seconds. So how can they explain that? How can the Big Bang explain that? How can the Big Bang explain the Earth's annual revolution? You know that the Earth is revolving around the sun once every 365 days, 4 hours, and I forget how many minutes, and it's in the nearest hundredths of a second. It's been doing that for 6,000 years, and it hasn't slowed down. What is it that keeps it going like that? And then, of course, we know that the reason we have day and night is that our Earth rotates every 24 hours. So every 24 hours we have day and night and day and night. If that rotation slowed down, if it was twice as long, our days would be twice as long. We would fry during the day. We would freeze during the night. And then the Earth has a tilt. It's the tilt that gives us our seasons. Now I know here in the Philippines we don't have much of a season here. It's mostly like foul skies from what I've read. But you know, many places now that have snow, when it's so thick that it's snow already in some places, Ohio and so forth, and then it versus the summer and spring. It's the tilt that causes that season. But the Earth, if my microphone here was the sun and the Earth was my arm, I think this would be in the winter season because it's further away from the sun. Then it comes into the spring, and then it comes into the summer, and when the Earth is closer and it's hotter, that's what causes our season. How is it that the Earth has a 23 they have to rebuild? Can evolution explain that? No. No, that was God that gave it that. And then the origin of the moon. You know, how they evolution explain the origin of the moon? Well, they have 4 different theories. One of them is called the daughter theory. That's an idea that the moon was a chunk of the Earth and it broke off and became the moon. Can you imagine a chunk, a spherical chunk, breaking off of a spherical Earth, and then you wouldn't have a big hole in it? Yeah, and so forth. So that's the daughter theory. The second theory they have is the wife theory, that the moon came by the Earth, and the Earth captured it by its gravity. That's the wife theory. Now that's another question evolution can explain. Where did gravity come from? You know, it keeps the moon in its right distance. And then the third theory is the sister theory, that they both formed at the same time. But isn't it amazing? They sent, space vehicles to the moon and got particles. It's not the same material as the Earth. So it could have been a chunk. It could have formed from the same material. And then we have the fourth theory that's being used as an impact theory. Some asteroid struck the Earth, and then the asteroid became the moon. Well, the United States government spent $25 billion on what was called the Apollo project. This was in the late 60s when they put man on the moon. They gathered the samples from 840 pounds of material, was taken back to the Earth and analyzed and so forth. But one of the main motivations of the Apollo project was they wanted to find out what was the origin of the moon. In other words, was it the sister theory? Was it the daughter theory? Was it what, one of the other asteroid theories? And after spending $25 billion, they admitted they were no closer to knowing how the moon formed than they were before they spent $25 billion. I could have saved them $25 billion. By the way, Brother Wolfram in Manila was one of the recovery people who was recovered when they first sealed, Navy SEALs was the first one to reach the capsule where they landed. I guess Brother Wolf was 10 years, is that right? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's go to the next thing. How do any of these theories explain the design and purpose of the moon? For example, that it gives us a nice illumination, accurate time record. That's what we use a month, October, a month, April, a month or so. A month comes from the moon. Once every 25 and a half days, the moon revolves around the Earth. And then the tide. Now, I understand that we're close to ocean here, right? We have tides here that come in and out. That's what keeps the shoreline clean. If it wasn't for that, the shoreline would be stagnant and life would cease to exist here. What causes the tide? It's the gravitational pull of the moon upon the water, and it goes in and out. Who created such a neat system like that? How could evolution explain that? They can't.